Conversely, Ethereum is something that I would expect make a large move to the downside. Why? Well, Ethereum's much like Bitcoin in this rising wedge, in this channel, right, for the better part of 600 days, and you're now at the resistance of said channel, okay? Hello everyone, my name's Dean, let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is February 21st, 2024. And watch out for this next big Bitcoin move, okay? We're talking about, obviously, a breakdown from this high time frame resistance level, okay? As you can see on this chart, Bitcoin has been in a channel. In this channel specifically since September of 2022, going up and down this channel, okay? And very likely the next move is going to be down, okay? Just as it's been doing, right? Following in this periodic pattern of up from the support to the resistance, support, resistance, back down to support. We're looking for that move down to the 30,000 area, okay? And this should not be overlooked, okay? This is major resistance. We're talking about a resistance lasting about 570, 580 days. So even if Bitcoin were to break that, it wouldn't do it in one move. It wouldn't do it in one go. We're likely to see a rejection, and what we've been experiencing in the past few days has been a very strong sort of indication of what's likely to come. So I just zoomed in on the 4-hourly time frame just to show you all, and look what happened. Okay, so this line is that resistance that I just showed you, right? This 577-day resistance, and Bitcoin breaks above it, or so it seems, and then it loses it. Breaks above it, and then it loses it. Then it loses it, right? Basically, this is quintessential sort of consolidative price action. It's price action that you see when price is fighting against a resistance. It can also be price action that you see in a consolidation at support, but this is likely a resistance. Why? Because we can see very clearly we have doji candles. What are those? Doji candles are candles with strong wicks to the upside, showing strong buying pressure here. Okay, so there's a lot of buying pressure here. Basically, it means every single time price gets into the 53 to 50, or sorry, to 52.5 to 53.2 area, there's too much selling pressure. Did I say buying pressure? I meant selling pressure. There's too much selling pressure. The sellers are too strong. They're like, no, too high, too high, too high, too high. And they immediately throw the price back down. So it's very much likely that this move continued to the downside as a result. And you can see this is a quintessential M-top pattern, right? We know that as a bearish reversal pattern. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on the Bitcoin charts. It's not, you can dance around here for as long as you want until you get a lot of liquidity come down far enough to really pump up and through that resistance. You're either going to be dancing on it or you're going to break down from it. So that's what I see with Bitcoin. As usual, whatever Bitcoin does, the market will largely follow. So there have been some altcoins during this time that Bitcoin has been consolidating on this resistance that have taken off. But the majority of altcoins have not taken off per se. They've gone up a bit, but they haven't really exploded as we expected. Okay, so what you may likely see in the altcoins is when Bitcoin does lose this level, and it's likely to lose this level sooner than later, especially given that the full moon, the next full moon is on Friday, the 24th. So that, remember, denotes a local market bottom. Okay, a local market bottom. So if the full moon denotes a local market bottom, and that's in 2 days, expect a move to the downside into that full moon, right? Into Friday's sort of trading. So that's what I'm seeing. You do want to be very careful in whatever you're in. Regardless, it's likely, given that they're closer to support, most altcoins, not all, but most altcoins will move down less than Bitcoin, right? And that's going to show in Bitcoin dominance being continuing to the downside. So that's what, right? Because Bitcoin is not going to be as dominant in terms of its market cap if Bitcoin just tumbles, makes a hard move to the downside, and altcoins only make a slight move to the downside, then Bitcoin dominance will also go down. That's another way Bitcoin dominance can go down. So let's just look at some quick examples and call it an episode. So, quick example of something that doesn't necessarily need to move much, right? And just like I said, a lot of altcoins are already close to support, and this is why we're in alt season, and you do see some altcoins already moving, and it is wise to already position yourselves in altcoins. Look at this on the daily time frame. Dogecoin. You can see that you've put in a very, very strong move to the upside, right, some years back, and you've come down considerably, and you've been basing right here. So what's even more important is the fact that if you look at this base, you're literally hanging out at the midline. Okay, so you're basing on the midline in Dogecoin. So again, you don't have far to go. Were you to break back down, it's unlikely, but likely any breakdown would be in and around the midline. So you shouldn't expect too much more movement to the downside in an asset like Dogecoin. Conversely, Ethereum is something that I would expect make a large move to the downside. Why? Well, Ethereum's much like Bitcoin in this rising wedge, in this channel, right, for the better part of 600 days, and you're now at the resistance of said channel. Okay, and what you have is very clearly a move that's been going from top to bottom, top to bottom, top, and likely is going to come back down to bottom, wicked above right here. But so you can see that likely is the move that you're looking for. So that's Ethereum. That is likely to put in a large move to the downside, in addition to Bitcoins. Okay, I talked about this a lot on this channel. Chainlink, right? This is something that is likely to put in a large move to the downside as well, because you have this area that has yet to be treated as support after breaking out, right? And this is likely coming back down. So Chainlink is another one that is, if you're interested in shorting the market, Ethereum, Chainlink, right? Great options for things that are moving. Dogecoin would be a bad one. You see Dogecoin and Ethereum, Litecoin, or Dogecoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, they're all altcoins, but they're doing different things. That's why you got to read your charts. Last but not least, let's look at Litecoin. So Litecoin is one of those that's closer to the bottom than not. As you can see on this daily chart, you're right now in this channel of accumulation, okay, and you've been in this channel of accumulation for quite some time, and very much like Dogecoin, you broke up to the top and you came and retested the midline. We all know midlines are important to retest before you leave the channel. You're pretty much at the midline. You can wick below it, but any move to the downside should be minimal at best, right? So if Bitcoin were to move to the downside, Dogecoin, Litecoin, other altcoins that have yet to move are unlikely to make a large move to the downside. That's my analysis for today. Hope that was helpful. Hope that was useful. Like, share, and subscribe if you got value. Buy me a coffee at the link pinned down in the comment below. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.